Hey, welcome everyone. It's Sunday, so it's simul time here on lichess and my channel on Twitch, the Slaggy channel. We are many brands, not just one. Sparkle Horse, Slaggy. Slaggy is my own personal brand. It's my former poker handle. We have 30 time control for the Sunday simul today, 20 players. We maybe try to slip in one or two other players to make it 21 or 22. We'll see. But we got Guns N' Roses has an IRS song. I didn't realize that. All right. Actually, I saw Guns N' Roses live. I'm not really into like metal or anything like that, but it was kind of interesting to see them in their heyday in concert. That was fun. Going back a little while. Anyway. It's ready to go. Simul time. Here we are on lichess. Let me share the page with you. Standard 30 40 minutes random color. We're gonna try to play obviously the subscribers and then so a few regulars, a few guests. So Stan, we're good to go. 40 extra minutes for me to make it so I don't lose on time. If somebody can throw the simul link in there, feel free to do so. But it should show up in the simul list. I mean, if you just click on simuls on lichess, you'll get there. Serbian Santa Claus has been timed out for 15 seconds. Okay, I managed to win my tournament game today. Subscribers are immune to the Mubat. Nope, not as far as I know. Not as far as I know. I'm gonna take our subscribers first, then some regs and some guests. If you don't get chosen, it's because I was basically, I was just discriminating against you. So what do we got for subscribers? Move 11. I missed him. How did I miss you, Move 11? Did you drop out of the list or something? Mr. Chess Online is a new one. Soltigo is one of our moderators. Morales is a subscriber. So let's see. Are you a subscriber? No. Arsenal fan. Clash Kid. I take back. S4. I just opened the simul like a couple minutes late, guys. So sorry about that. I kind of lost track of time. No one use emotes for now. Mubat is going crazy. Uh-oh. What did you do? Excessive use of moderator. What does it say? Oh, just it's 2 steps back and 1 step forward. Progress. Don't tell me any kind of game results from the candidates. Don't spoil it. I wanna see for myself. All right, so that's all the subscribers we've got. So we got plenty of places. We got just 7 subscribers. Okay, Santa Claus, Derndatch. I'll take. So let's see, Koto Amatsumaki, Sukami. I can't say Sukami. It's easier to say Sumaki. And then I'll just pick some random guys with 100 games or more. We've still got plenty of room here. If you are a subscriber, try to get the challenge in there. Patser Nacional I didn't take last time. If I don't take you, I'll try to take you the next week. I can't promise you'll play every week though, because I only have 20 slots. Let's see. Try to get some new players out there in the list here. Koto. Okay, I played Tamale last week. Mr. Chess Online. Let's take him. Don't read this. I'll just take you based on how cool your name is. How about that? This guy, you used to be able to X people, and I'm kind of pissed that you can't do that anymore. Is that like on PC or something to have the ability to like X somebody's challenge? Why did they take that away? Okay, you can only X them once you put them in. But I don't know. I think you used to be able to click like an X to their challenge. Tushar Kamde. Somebody who's not a subscriber, use an emote, please, so that we can test the Mubot to see if it's working correctly. Asterbate, thanks for the bit there. Well, Orlova got $2,000. She was drunk today at streaming. She broke up with her boyfriend. Oh, that's the way life goes, man. I don't know. I'm not a beautiful girl. What can I do? One day, you know, maybe I'll get lucky too, but I'm not gonna worry about it. I've been fortunate to get to where I am. Gary Topalov Reborn, he's pretty strong. That'll be a challenging game. Anybody else who's a subscriber want to get in there? Look, I'm not really, you know, not really gonna be jealous. Congratulations if anybody has, you know, a big donation to their stream. I'm psyched for that person. That's cool. Okay. Antonio, are you on the list? Did I add you already, or did you even challenge me? Morales, are you playing? Let me know. We're going to get started here in a couple minutes. Just 20, 21, 22 players. I don't want to go beyond that. Well, a lot of people get huge donations for just talking about their lives on like, you know, other streaming sites, so I guess it's cool that she plays chess as well. Jakob Surat, Jacob, if we want to say it in an American way. Marius Cyprian. I'm sorry I can't accept everyone. Morales, did you say you were gonna play? I see you there, but are you on the list? Because I'm not seeing you. You down at the bottom? Oh, you're in the list. Okay. So I think we got all the subscribers, a couple of regulars. Let's take another couple of new guys. I wish there was, it's just alphabetical, right? The list here is just alphabetical. I can't tell like who came first or something like that. Here's guy Maxime. It's a relatively new account, which makes me nervous. The other reason I don't like to accept people who have like under 100 games or not too many games, they're much more likely to like drop out of the simul after like 3 moves, which I don't really like. All right, Celis, you had the decency to ask in the chat politely if you can play. That's always a bonus. Accept me. I've got 2013. 2013. Well, it's not a contest about like who's got a higher rating. All right, Haggard DK has been here before. Let's see if we can get him in there, and then like one more player. Any other subscribers? Last call. People are creating accounts to play me. Well, I don't know about that, but they're just, you know, creating random accounts, like, and they don't give a crap about it, and they play 3 moves and they drop out of the simul BFD. They just basically, you know, don't care about their account. So, Chip in Charge said, I won't quit trying to improve a lot. From Turkey. So it doesn't matter where you're from, but just 12 games. I'm not going to do that. It's against my principles. So Maxine Kretz, and what about these other guys? AKS OKs. Alright, AKS OKs. Let's go with you. You got 22. Let's start it up. Sorry if anybody didn't get in who wanted to play. I mean, I know there's a bunch of you, but I'm just limited for how many games I can play without flagging. I'd like to play 30, and if I'm not too tired, I do 30. But I need more time to do 30. I'm not like Lance 5500. I can't like play bullet simuls. What did I play? C4 first game. I think I need glasses. I'm very mad and furious today. That's not good, Tushar. Anger management. Man, my finger. I've got this thing like kind of carpal tunnel syndrome with my finger. I lean my elbow. If you guys see me leaning my elbow on the table, it's like pinching a nerve in my hand. So if you see me doing that, be like, dude, stop leaning on your elbow. Just my brain is so big that I have to like rest my hand to hold my head up, and that's the problem. Alright. Clash Kid, we're playing e4. He always plays e4. Clash Kid never plays anything else. Let's play the Caro-Kann against him. I don't want to read the results of the candidates from today. I saw yesterday's games. I haven't seen today's games yet, so no spoilers. You know, no spoilers. Just don't tell me what happened yet. I'll try not to read the comments about the results. All right, I want to see the games. It's like watching, you know, it's like somebody telling you the result of like a football match or something before you, when you're gonna watch the game. Nefedov missed it. Oh, Nefedov. Yeah, you should know that we start at 6:30. You've been here for quite a while. I'm sorry, dude. You just missed it, actually. I started a few minutes late. Gary Topalov is tough. All right. I try to mix it up and play different stuff. Thanks, guys, for supporting the stream, for subscribing a lot. I know that everybody's short of money. It's internationally a problem, but we appreciate the support. It will not be wasted on me. All right. I'll play one d5 game. I won today easily against 2250 FIDE Master. That was good. But I'm kind of, I don't know. It's always a long day when I have the team championship, waking up early in the morning. It's hard to wake up early in the morning. Using the word reborn, yeah, it's not good grammatically, but it's kind of funny. All right, let's play c3 against Morales. Maybe we'll play the London system. I don't have actual carpal tunnel, but I have kind of something related to that, or something of a similar nature with my elbow. All right, it's very annoying. It's like a pinched nerve sort of condition. d4, f5. What are we going to do with the Dutch? I lost to this guy once. It probably was the same opening, if I remember correctly. He played like God. It was a Dutch. So let's be careful with Patzer National. Where is he from? Mexico? I can't remember. Or maybe Italy? The colors of the Italian flag and the Mexican flag are the same. Why do I get them confused? g4. Oh no, not against Patzer National. That guy, he crushed my anti-Dutch last time. What am I going to do with move 11? Let's see what he does against the Trompowski, an opening I never play, but we'll have a little bit of fun there. The one time I played Arsenal fan, the one time I played g4, I lost a really bad game. That's not a memory I really want to relive. But it's probably not bad for fast time controls. Definitely Weird Wednesday material. Alright, Koto Atsumak. I'm not going to say it. It's just too hard. It's like a tongue twister. Koto. Kyoto. c4. He's always playing a3 against me, and I keep forgetting he plays that. It drives me nuts. I liked the game last time. We could repeat the same thing. Kramnik. No spoilers. The Chigorin, maybe. That'd be fun. Santa Claus. We got a lot of d4 type of stuff. Not too much e4. Let's play Queen's Gambit accepted. I don't know why. Problem is, yeah, the carpal tunnel thing. Leaning on my arm on the table. It's a chess player injury. A very typical chess player injury. Good variation, move 11. I'll play what Heinrich Chepkaitis used to play. Smart chip. 20 years ago, when he was still alive. He was a Latvian blitz player. An old guy. Alright. Derndatch. Well, I don't really have anything here but c4. So Nefedov, you can stay and be the commentator for the simul. The house commentator. Gary Topalov playing Alekhine's defense. That's cool. We never get Alekhine's defense. I don't play e4 that often, and when I do, I can count on one hand the amount of people that have actually played the Alekhines or Alyakhines. Alyakhin. Try to say it correctly. Do you need to go to the doctor for that? Well, it probably wouldn't hurt, you know, but it usually goes away if I don't sleep on my arm or push on it. But I've been doing that when I'm streaming. I'm constantly like leaning on the same point on my elbow, putting pressure on it. Can be healed with careful behavior management. Anyway, guys, candidates tournament started. I didn't see the results for today. Yesterday was awesome. 3 decisive games in round 1. By the way, I mean, Mamedyarov winning with black, grinding Karyakin down in an ending. I mean, that's pretty insane. The other, okay, actually the most interesting game of the 4 was Aronian against Ding, but unfortunately that ended in like a 25 move repetition. I thought that was going to be a barn burner, but then they just called a truce. I haven't had time to like in-depth analyze any of these games. Kramnik, I don't know. I don't think that Grishuk, I don't really understand why Grishuk is in the tournament, to be honest. I mean, I'm sure he qualified somehow, but he doesn't seem like he's relevant. You know, he just, I mean, he's a great player. You know, all respect to Grishuk, but he doesn't seem like he's even been a factor in the chess world at the top in the last couple of years. He's sort of like a random guy, like in the tournament. So I don't think it bodes well for Grishuk this first game against Kramnik. Kramnik just made him look. He just made him look bad with a really, you know, rope-a-dope nothing system with white. And I think that Grishuk will be the bottom dweller of this tournament. It's almost a sure thing. And then the other game was wait, don't remind me. The other game was, oh god, Caruana crushing So like there's no tomorrow. I saw it after 10 moves. I was like, man, this position is good for white. And sure enough, like 15 moves later, So was gone. At least I can... I know a good position when I see one. Okay. Who is Grishuk? I know a poker player with that surname. Yeah, that's what it seems like. It seems like, you know, Grishuk's really into poker. You know, as I was. I don't know him that well personally, other than to play pool with once every 20 years. But it seems like, you know, he's not fully that into it. You know, it doesn't seem like he prepares on the level of the other guys. That game against Kramnik, he was so just not there. I don't know. I just think he's going to be in last place. There's no one else who really... There's really no one else out of the 8 players who could be the bottom dweller. And it's not based on rating, just on the way that game looked. Just lifeless. Just absolutely lifeless. All right. I mean, Kramnik is not easy to play against, true enough. Okay, what is S4 doing? A gambit opening here. The Latvian with Queen F6. What am I thinking about? I don't know why I'm thinking in this position, to be honest. Maybe I'll be wrong, you know. Maybe Karyakin will finish in last place, or Wesley So, you know. I mean, it's completely feasible that Grishuk won't be last, but I have a feeling about it. You know, trust me on this. It just doesn't seem like he's fully into it. Into chess. Maybe 10 years ago, you know, Grishuk was stronger than he is now. A3. We're into C5 here. We played this last time. Great player, but you got to be like fully into it, you know, at that level. Not like, oh, I'm just an amateur, like part-time. He's going to have a Svidler, like, even Svidler would be probably better than Grishuk. Alright, C takes D4. I'm in for a... See, dude, when you say things like that, that's not cool. You might as well just say the result. You're in for a surprise. Alright, he got lucky. The white pieces, you know, he's a little stronger. Bishop G2, E6. I'm not going to look at the screen anymore. Arsenal fan was saying how Orlova answers all of the chats. Now I can't even look at the chat because I don't want to see the spoiler results. G6. Alright, man. My old friend Jakub Rasin used to play this. Probably one of the better ways to play the Alyakin's defense, honestly. Maybe the only good way. You're supposed to play a really sharp line here with white. Is it knight G5? But some really early stage. Okay, whatever. I mean, I don't have to do knight G5. We could just play some kind of normal line. So I take back. We'll try our weird French variation there with E6. Ah. Soltiga. Told me Magnus won. Ruined it for me. Oh, man. Alright. I think I need glasses. I'm getting a lot of eye strain. I'm complaining about all these old age problems, guys. Sorry. Forgot I'm a never aging vampire. Alright. Mainline Latvian. Queen E7 from Derndac. I don't think the Bogo Indian fits Derndac's basic style. It's too solid. Maybe it's good for you, though, to learn to play pretty solid. Mr. Chess Online. I did this once with white against Igor Feugl. Someone else recently I saw who played F4, and then white did D6, but I think that D5 or C5. C5 is probably my favorite. There was some strong player who played D6 there recently. Can't place the game though. Oh no, I blundered against Let's see. I had a team game against Istvan Cham like 10 years ago. Old school Hungarian Grandmaster. I let him do that. There's another guy who was using an engine against me. Played that setup too. It's a good setup if you can get E5. Maybe I'll start playing the exchange variation. Karyakin doing bishop takes C6 the first round against Mamedyarov. A delayed exchange kind of approach against the G6. That didn't really show much bite, did it? I thought Karyakin was equal and then lost in equal position. Which is the way it tends to go against Mr. Mamedyarov, I guess. Not easy winning with black. So Roman recommends the Bogo, huh? Yeah, I guess he has to. Roman played the Nimzo really well. And, I mean, I shouldn't talk about him like he's in the past tense, but he obviously, although Roman is still alive, I guess he doesn't play tournament chess anymore. No, I mean, I don't know Roman that intimately. We just worked together for like 2 years. And, we never really worked on a Nimzo and Queen's Indian. Roman was, in that period when we worked together, Soltigo, he was working a lot. We're working like exclusively on the King's Indian. So in fact, it doesn't really matter. I don't know any of Roman's secrets about the Bogo Indian. Roman, like me, plays the Nimzo and the King's Indian with black. Okay, bishop G2. We're going to get another one of these. Another Fianchetto. He talks about Rubka like he's his best friend. Well, even back in the day, Roman specialized in like beating computer programs. Even 20 years ago. Now watch out for bishop takes f7 check, kids. Alright. Marius Cyprian. I guess we'll play like a mainline King's Indian, or maybe I'll play f3. You can't add time in simuls, dude. Another King's Indian. We'll play the mainline here. No adding time, no takebacks. Alright, so the first time that someone's gone with this d5 against my pseudo-Mexican defense, I could go knight e7. I mean, the plan was to play knight e5. I guess we'll do it. Patzer, Nacional. Alright, let's try something different I've never played before. Looks like he's in Simon Williams mode. A g6 Santa Claus. Another aggressive player like Derndatch playing a very solid system with black. You guys need to... Derndatch and Santa Claus are playing Bogo Indian and Slav. You guys need to get more crazy. C3, D5. What now? For the Saragossa opening. I guess I'm going to end up playing the London system, finally. Alright guys, sorry there's not a lot of time for the chat. Yeah, the E5... Last time I faced this was against some, well, I think, computer, but against Chom I felt uncomfortable. I guess I just don't play this enough. It's basically a Pirtz reversed. I also lost to Quang Liem in the proper Pirtz with the correct colors. That's about the last time I played the Pirtz defense. How did that happen, by the way? How did I end up playing the Pirtz defense against Quang Liem? I don't know. E3, knight c6. I still don't understand how I did that. Okay, what do we do here? Knight f3. And if I knight f3, he pins me. I never play this way with white. I think I had this game with black against Konstantin Chernyshov. Tons of blitz games. Move 11 plays like me. It's like playing yourself. Wow, immediate queen g6. Is that the main line? Is that the main line? Or are you supposed to do another move? Yeah, that has to be the main line, right? Alright, whatever. We'll play like Mr. Nimsovich. Alright, h3, bishop h5. Castles. Pat Buchanan. There's a name I haven't heard in a while. Arsenal fan is like English and he's talking about Pat Buchanan. How does that work? He's a really big follower of like historic American politics. Alright, whatever. Knight c3, TN. That doesn't seem right. Can play b4? Oh, this is some kind of special preparation. What's up with this b4? Oh, this is weird. Weird. Koto Amatsumaki must have been doing some home preparation. Alright, I gotta just move faster. This is my game from today, Deep Wolverine. Congratulations. Yeah. Lord Jesus Christ, I don't remember if we've had this before. This is actually my game with Caruana, or something similar to that, Durndatch, although I don't recall. I don't recall him playing 94 right away. It was probably like Castle's Bishop G2 94 against Fabiano. My epic game. Now, what the heck is this? Mr. Chess Online plays Bishop E3 here. That's kind of a weird move. So pawn takes pawn, bishop takes pawn. I also have queen b6. Queen b6. Queen b6. Knight c3. Queen b6, knight c3, pawn takes pawn. Bishop f2. It's super bizarre. That can't be right. Okay. I'm getting confused just looking at this. AK, OKS. Repeating my game with Sedlak. No, it's different. He didn't play knight f6 right away. Okay, this is weird against Koto. Coco. Oh, dear Santa Claus. I hate the white side of this stupid opening. I don't even know. Why is white even better here? It's kind of difficult to understand why white actually has an advantage in this position. One of my teammates did this with white and couldn't. The guy was like 21-9, 2200. He couldn't even get an advantage against the 1900. Patzer Nacional with c5 now. Wow. That's a lively move. c4. I like c4. Vote Aronian. And say it in an American way. Aronian. Aronian. I don't want to know who lost today. Don't tell me. Alright, Morales. We're playing a reverse Slav. H5, of course. Principled move. Obviously correct. Why I feel very strongly inclined to play h3 here. Probably that's bad for some reason. Okay, what is going on? Koto Amatsukami just sacrificed a piece. I'm in. I'm all in. With b takes c. Never did mind the king on f7. Now I need to get the bishop out. Is it bishop b4? Bishop b4 allows queen d4, which is kind of an awkward move to deal with. Okay, this is a very experimental position for me to play. Having no knowledge of this opening at all. But bishop e4, queen e4 is a problem, so I guess I have to go bishop c5. And we'll just keep it moving along. Don't flag me, guys. You know, try to be nice. Take your time. Don't forget to take your time. Okay. Against Morales, I'm playing the Slav defense with the white pieces. Or another London system. I'm not sure this is a good move order for white, though. c3 very early may be just, like, lame. I always make fun of the London system. Now I'm, like, playing it with white. Well, we'll take. Always take. That's what Zlatko... My friend Grandmaster Zlatko Alincic. He just said, we always take. It's kind of a materialistic approach, but it's a good catchphrase. H3 from Clash Kid. A new dimension in the Panad Botvinnik. Looks kind of a little eccentric. Alright. So it's just a normal Tory attack type of thing here. Move 11 exchanging a bit early on d4 there. Another Benoni. I play this variation too, fortunately. And back in the day, I used to play this line. Back in the day. My game with Fabiano was different, come to think of it. Well, no, I guess it was something similar but different. Maybe he played A5 or something years ago. Very long time ago. Anyway, guys, thanks for playing in my simul. We do this every Sunday. Tomorrow I've got Blitz and Rapid Chess Monday morning. 10 a.m. here. I don't really see how Koto has any real compensation for the sacrificed piece here. Knight f3. Now take back. What am I supposed to do? Something weird like takes and queen f6. That would allow queen g3. There is just d6. But then bishop b5 check is kind of awkward. I don't want to spend forever on this. Knight g4 is not really a developing move, but nevertheless, knight g4, knight d4, queen f6. What's going on there? What is going on there? Knight g4, huh? Yeah, knight g4, knight d4. Knight takes f2. King takes f2. Queen f6 check. Alright, I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Here my opponent played knight d7 today instead of e6, which I thought was a fascinating move. A little different. Well, yeah, d6. I was concerned about those bishop e5 checks. Yeah, I think this is probably book. The a5 here. This is not my game with Fabiano, although I may have been black in this position once. in the Aeroflot Open. International master from France, I think. All right. Bishop g4, very rare move. Looks like something out of Arsenal fans' playbook. And so let's see, playing e5 here immediately. Okay, Mr. Chom. Okay, what am I doing here? Book position. Gary Tabalo reborn. So now, do we take... How do we develop the rest of our pieces? Queen e2. Queen e2, pawn takes, knight d4 takes, queen takes d4. Then I have stuff like e6. Saw this position recently with a strong player playing white. Okay, what do I do now? Is it knight e5? Doesn't really make sense here. Just leaving the tension. If they just leave the tension, leave the tension, leave the tension, what am I supposed to do? Eventually here. What am I supposed to do? Knight e5. What does knight e5 even do? Does it do anything, you know? Just don't see what it does. b3 I've played before. That seems kind of lame though. But what isn't lame here? Why is this okay for black? Knight e5 doesn't do anything. But what does he do? I think I've played bishop g5 before, but I have my doubts about that. Just kind of wasting too much time. Alright, let's just take. Against Haggard DK, somebody may have once brought this up in the stream. Somebody might have actually asked to look at this. But I think bishop d2 is just good. Bishop d3 is some sort of trick? No. Actually, what's wrong with bishop d3? Knight takes, bishop takes, pawn takes. What is that? He gets a bunch of pawns for the piece. Am I losing my mind? I don't know. Alright. Slav reversed. Whatever that's... For whatever that's worth. Okay. And then Soltigo. This is a position, at least, this is one position that I've played a lot. Not so much recently, but in the past. Alright. You want weird, you got it. Can I take on e3? Knight takes e3, knight takes d8, knight takes d1. Rook takes d1, king takes. Yeah, but that's one of those endings that's slightly better for him. Not really sure what I'm supposed to do there. Okay, queen a5 now. We're still in pretty standard territory. I have like knight e4 here. But white's threatening knight g5 sometimes. Okay, I have no clue. What about like the f2 pawn? Knight e4? Knight e4 can't be bad, can it? My teammate, our second board, is like a crazy tactician. He would go nuts there. This actually looks pretty good for white. I like this. Oh, I know who had this position. One of our teammates from the Hungarian Team Championship last week, Pali Petran. He won a very critical game, playing like f4 here. But I'm not sure that black played knight to d7 in that position. And Derndatch is very dangerous. But I think f4 is a normal move. Now c3. Queen takes b2. Queen takes c3. Okay, this has got to be good for black. And now, shouldn't I have like knight a5 or one of those knight a3 lines? Maybe now knight e5. What does it do again? Okay, I'm just gonna have to play faster. You guys are playing fast, so why don't I play faster? Hey Koi1, what's up? Sorry, there's no late join possible for the simuls. Alright, whatever. Knight e5. Why am I drawn to this move? Okay, what does he play? Because he can't take it. Alright, whatever. Just feels like the right move. Sometimes intuition is enough, I guess. Now move 11 reverting to Caro-Kann exchange kind of plan. Bishop takes f6 here. The structure. Not really easy to put pressure on his position though, if I do that. I just can't decide bishop be d3 or should I take on f6? This is a tough one. I don't know what to do here. We'll just make some sort of ordinary move. Alright. So Patzer Nacional has some weaknesses. Guess I should just go back to c2. Also possible to play knight b5. Alright, whatever. Okay, Mr. Chess Online is playing queen b3. Treating queens obviously is okay for us. This is a standard sort of Tarash. Now I have to play the Benoni here to get any play at all. Right. I know nothing about this variation of the Slav, just so you guys know. But my knight is sort of in hang. Okay, e3. Bishop takes check. Or should I play knight b5 first and then lock it in there? I guess you can always do that. He did play knight d4. Now knight takes f2. I pinned all my hopes on this very deep tactic. Against I take back. Bishop f5. Alright, so Deep Wolverine, this will become a kind of Tarash as well. Jacob Surratt playing like what looks like one of the most aggressive lines. The knight has to go. Queen b3. I don't know, Koto Amatsukami went sort of berserk in this game. Oh, bishop back to d2. Maybe not a bad idea. All right. He induced h6 and went home. That is sort of weird. What am I supposed to do? c5? Okay, whatever. We need to play something. Derdach gives up his center. And then here, I don't know where to put my bishop. Seus. Okay, I have queen b6 now. But this is some weird line that I looked up like 100 years ago on the stream. That it's actually strangely playable. It happened in one game, and I think black tried to take the pawn, but I decided that it's very risky. So I had a theory about a secondary way of playing without trying to take the pawn on b2. It looks like a semi-playable gambit. Queen b6, queen d2, queen takes b2, rook b1, queen a3, and white has some compensation for the sacrificed pawn. So this I'm not sure about this 100%. Maybe we don't go for material there. What am I supposed to do here? What's up with this bishop on f5? Can I play knight h4? Trust your instincts. Okay, we need to get developed here in this one. Yeah, I actually have to watch development here. Knight f6, knight c3, knight g4. Okay, well this is just really bad. Should be really bad for black. He's got queen b3 check. My goodness, I just saw this. It looks like I literally have to do knight c5. Although I can play queen b6. That's very likely better. Developing a piece. Rook e8. And then what? Bishop g5. Oh, he didn't take. So let's see, he didn't take. It's a different position. Chom didn't play c5. Maybe c5 is too risky for black. Maybe I should have played b4, actually. I'm not even sure now. Yeah, it's possible I should have played b4 instead of e3. Played it like a benko. So what's done is done. Soltigo, that doesn't look like really correct. F5. Wow. All right. I guess we have to play e4 anyway, huh? I don't know, Koto Amatsukami is like playing bullet or something. Alright. Maybe bishop c5, rook e8 is a good developing move. Now b4, perhaps. Yeah, I think I did this the wrong way, probably. I guess I can play bishop g5. It just seems kind of lame. Super weird positions. b6. That's not really what I expected. Alright. Try to keep it simple with the time control the way it is at the moment. Clash Kid, aren't you playing exactly like somebody else I played recently? Somebody did virtually the exact same thing. Somebody. This will be the last game we're playing today. Most likely. Ooh, it's getting hot in here. Alright. I gotta move it along. Develop my pieces. Bishop e6 allows knight g5. What are you supposed to do in this position? What is it with this position? What if I play queen a5 or something? It's like the ultimate Tarash move order. He's an expert. Can I play b6, pawn takes, knight takes, queen takes, bishop c4, just gaining tempos for white? Still not that bad for me. Wow, what's this? Oh, he's allowing, you guys were talking about this, right? a4. My experience, you gotta lock it in there. I have a perpetual on a knight. Not exactly. Do I? Here. Rook a7. Knight b5. I mean, that's lame to make a quick draw. Okay. The queen on a5, very strange in this position. What am I thinking here? Takes on d5. Play f4. Bishop f4. Okay, I don't know. Alright, anyway, knight on h4 is not going to stay there. I got to play a little bit faster. Just like knight takes d5 looks sort of lame. Take and play like e3. What a plan. Now what do I do? Rook e1? I don't know what my plan was here. Queen d2. Strange plan, dude. It's not a good plan. I messed this up. I could have played b4, I think, earlier, and had a really good game. Alright, we'll try to keep it simple. I'm not happy with that position, though. It's sort of lame. Black's just like sacking a pawn here for negligible compensation. Okay, speaking of sacking a pawn, well, this does improve his structure centrally. Knight f8 is a very strange idea. Okay, wow. Wow. I guess that's book. I don't know. I mean, it looks really bad for black structurally. Now he's like threatening knight b5. And knight h7. So you can play bishop h6 or bishop e3. Because bishop h6, I like bishop e3 better. Okay, we've got a structural advantage here, but still hard to get mobilized. Guys are playing ultra fast. Knight takes d5 from Deep Wolverine. This is like a book Tarash position. Wow, knight f6. Rook e3. Very strong passed pawn for white here. I'm not really sure what to do though. Okay, rook b1. It's annoying. Just remember the guy's king is on D1 there. ED1. Decline my draw chance. I think this is a pretty standard position for Cyrus Lakdawala or something. Here, for me, not so much. What was B6 about, by the way? Alright, here, what was my plan? I don't know. I didn't expect E5. Probably a strong move under the circumstances. And this move, I was like, no, he won't do that. But he did anyway. I was like, he won't do that. What else can we do? Queen B3. Playing like Gada. I gotta play a little bit faster. I forgot he could just keep the tension there. Maybe bishop c2, huh? I got the c5 check I don't really care about. It doesn't do anything. Putting pressure on the c2 pawn. That's much more tempting. That's a feisty move, the h4. Okay, Arsenal fan. I guess I could play d5. Maybe I have to. Feel free to use a minute or two, Derndatch. I guess I've been using my time. What's my idea here? Exactly. I can play knight e4 as well. But we've got to do something. But if d5, knight e5, what am I doing? It seems like a problem, actually. Huh. Wanted to play d5. This is all theory here against Deep Wolverine. Maybe I should... Queen c2 doesn't look right here. No, I don't want to do that. Sorry. But rook c8 is a massive move for black. That's exceptional. Try to keep it boring if I can. Queen a5. I just don't think move 11 would normally do a move like that unless he felt that it was the only move. Maybe it was. Maybe it's a damn good move. What am I doing here anyways? Okay, getting kind of uncomfortably low on time. Knight a4. We have this check that doesn't do anything. But there's an exchange sacrifice. Check, takes on b2, takes, bishop takes, check. Oh no, there's no mates though. You know, I'm sure he's like perfectly safe. But I mean, guys, honestly, whoa. A lot of chess games are boring. In fact, most chess games are boring, so you don't have to feel bad. You're in the majority when you're boring. H4. I was thinking here, but am I just weakening my own king side? How strong is this guy? He's got a win and a draw against me already. I don't know about his rating. That doesn't seem quite accurate. More like 2,000. Yeah, but Sayus just played knight back to c3. I mean, the only move is c3 there. That's weird. I mean, he played reasonably. Here I have bishop c7. What is that about? Just help him develop? Well, my bishop could actually get trapped in there on c7 at the end of the day. I guess I could let him take on f4 as well. Patzer Nacional beat me the first game. Alright, I don't know. Doesn't look that bad for me. And now queen did what? Extremely combative move. e5, pawn takes pawn. He's got another check on b6. He's used like no time for the whole game. I don't know what you're supposed to do here. Knight f3. He's going to win a pawn. Just don't see a solution. All right, I don't know. I don't know about that. That position looks pretty rickety. King d8. That's rickety too. And now, did I drop a piece or something? Terrified I'm gonna like hang something here. Okay. Finished my coffee. It's a little late. A little late for Mr. Coffee. Where is Mr. Coffee? Okay, this is probably still book against Jacob. It's just been a while since I played that. Now what happens? C6. Good to see it. Good to see the C6. Now you can't play knight C6. I'm happy about that. That's what we wanted. Right. Queen e2. Where to put my bishop? Just here. Unimpressive looking move. The bishop to d2. We're castling in the clear here. Still he has this ominous sort of center. Mr. Chess Online. Losing a pawn out of the opening, but you know, maybe this is not that clear if I'm not careful. Meanwhile, we're getting a time pressure everywhere. The flags are coming out. Alright, Morales, you're basically playing a position that people play with colors reversed, right? So it should be okay for me if I have an extra tempo, I would think. What would Cyrus Lakdawala do? We just go about our business. I feel like I'm a little short of counterplay here. Queen c2. Alright, it's good to see Gary Twala put his queen on c8. He's not attacking something for a moment. What is my plan, though? Not really sure, to be perfectly honest. That's fine. Was I supposed to play queen c2 there? Oh man, I think I did the wrong move. I think I was supposed to do queen c2, following one of my teammates' games from early in the season. Now, what is the material here? See, now I was hoping I could play... Well, first of all, we could go a pawn down with queen d4. Now he just takes another pawn on a2 there. I have to go after his knight, I guess. This is my big plan. Probably doesn't work, but Knight there. Okay. For a second I thought move 11 just took my pawn on e5, then I realized, okay, I don't have a pawn on e5. That's important. Keep track of that kind of stuff. How many pawns you have. Yes, c5. Big surprise there, dear Santa Claus. I never imagined you were going to play that. Very mature play from dear Santa Claus. I have bishop d5. Feels like I'm just trying to equalize here. Alright, what's up with that? What did I miss? And I'm just so happy to be able to play f4. You have no idea. You have no idea how happy I am that you didn't play f4. Actually, still not so easy, but my knights really aren't on the right squares here. Maybe I shouldn't even play f4 after all this hype. Maybe I shouldn't even play it, actually. The queen c7 is a weird move. What's up with that? It's like he's still aiming for that, though. He's still aiming for that. Alright, I don't know. g6. Right? We're all in here. For whatever it is. This is just lost, I guess. No, it's not necessarily lost, but it's pretty crazy. I don't know, Koto Amatsukami, I'm not gonna really, you know, take your challenges seriously if you play this fast. Alright. If you want to play bullet, you should play bullet, not simuls. Here. Right, bishop d8. Well, we have f4, but that weakens a lot of squares. I was just gonna simplify. Not sure if that's best though. I've got to do something though. All right. Well, I think we have a good game against Arsenal fan. This guy's offering a draw. There's no way I take a draw here. AK, okay, if you have to go, let me know, and I will accept a draw. But if you're offering a draw based on position, I would never ever accept a draw there. That's like, you're in my strategic wheelhouse. Black is just a sort of thankless task in that position. There's no way you're equal there. Queen c7. Oh my god, that would lose a piece. Probably not, or close enough. Alright. Enough of that. So he has knight d6 now. Now my bishop is just chilling on d5, about to get trapped with his crafty tactics. That's the problem. Okay, he can't trap it so easily. I have to develop my pieces somehow. Knight f3 blocks everything. h3 is not exactly a great square either. I have bishop d5 check and knight e6. That's probably best. Okay. Yes. Only move. But I'm just trading stuff, I guess. Here, is this good? Rook f6. Damn, dude. Doesn't get any more primitive than that. Rook takes f6. Wow. Okay, bishop g5. Rook b8. I never played against Mr. Lakdawala. He's a California guy, and I'm East Coast. He's a West Coast guy. I've only rarely played on the West Coast, a couple times in Vegas and in California once, but I rarely ever went out there to play chess. So never. Yes, I played with Lakdawala and Blitz. That's how I know this. We had games in this line, but he's a strong IM. He's quite strong. Okay, bishop g6, knight h4. Knight h4 is a blunder. Blunder. A blunder. So what am I going to do? If knight h4 is a blunder. Blunderful. We've got to approach this in a different way then. Okay. That's a king. I thought I had another rook. It's a simul game. Now I'm understanding why he offered a draw. I mean, it doesn't... I'm thinking there's another rook or something. Yeah. We're still better. But it's not so easy if you're not a rook up. No, I didn't think I was a rook up. Okay. What happened? c4. Okay, that's not a dangerous move for me. There's mate in one. Slightly lost position for white there. And now we've got the f5 square surrounded. Arsenal fan is going for dark square bishop trade-off. Space is space, my friend. But yeah, that's a good idea. That is a good idea, I think. You can just play with him psychologically. Queen g4. Bishop f5. I guess bishop d3 is not on. Okay, guys. Please don't play blitz against me. Senor Derndatch. Senor Derndatch is letting me have my central compensation. Maybe trading queens here wouldn't be such a stupid idea. Keep it simpler. Oh, I think I dropped a second pawn. So was I supposed to play queen c2? That's the million-dollar question. And yeah, nothing going on there directly. Some threats. Okay, queen e2, what's that about? I'm playing the hedgehog right about now. The funk soul brother. Bishop g7, bishop b7. We love to double fianchetto here. As my friend says, put the bishops on long diagonals and just take things. That's the general strategy. Oh no, the secret plan. Who would have imagined? How did you time this so you've got knight there, making me go there? That's annoying. Okay, now what's up? Knight c7 to go to f4 is really unwelcome. It's almost like I have to play d5. Now we have another plan. Maybe knight e2. Alright, what happened next? Queen e7. Just tying me down. Goodness. Well, that's sort of unpleasant. So let's see, he's going to win again. He'll have 50% against me now. So I can really defend like God. You could try rook e1 maybe. Right. Seems like a lot better for white. I guess I should have played bishop h6 earlier. Here. Now it loses a tempo to play h3, knight h2. Extremely weakening and time-consuming plan. I don't see what else to do. c4, undermining yourself. Hard to blame him for that. So we go back to the other plan. a6. This is something else. Why do you play so solidly, man? I mean, stop playing so solidly. b4. Alright, whatever. We gotta do something. This is like all theory, probably. But if bishop e7, if he goes e4 now, am I supposed to play this? One of these Slav type of ideas? Maybe. It's a lot like a Slav. So maybe that makes sense. Queen h6 here. d6. That's an Alekine's defense. Soltigo just getting crazy. Could trade queens here, but it doesn't really help my case too much. Okay, let's start over again. What happened? Knight on b to c5. Okay. Man, he's got more pressure on my e4 pawn there. And why my queen is out there. Okay, rook a c1. Doctor Tensione. Here we're okay. It's about equal. Very dynamic move. Offering the pawn on d4. This looks pretty good now. I've kind of pushed him back a bit. Keep it closed. Soltico's king is just chilling there on f8, but I don't have a lot of development to really do anything against him. All right. Okay, Arsenal fan. Kind of a weird position for the Lopez. Meanwhile, Morales is playing a very serious game against me. Extremely strong positional play by Black. Quite know what my plan is here. Everything looks dangerous. The knight on b5 just doesn't do anything. Oddly enough. Alright, I'm going to run out of time, so this guy is just going nuts on me. Okay, a5. Anything doesn't seem to phase him. You know, nothing phases him. Can I play knight f4? Yeah, and then he goes queen f7. It's like ridiculous. Alright, this is just too confusing for the amount of time that we have here. Rook e7. Threatening to win by force. Terrible position for me. This guy Sol at C seems very strong. H5. Again, another guy, he's like 1700, but he's 1300 in blitz. He offered me a draw earlier. Typical. Okay. I always offer people draws who are like 1,000 points higher than me. It's good etiquette. Knight to b4. I don't know about this either. This is a lot harder than I thought it would be. Yeah, queen f7. s4 moves like instantly. Every move. In very complex positions. And I was hallucinating that I had 3 attackers on h5, so I'm just going to lose now. This is obvious. Maybe queen f3, but he has all sorts of tactics and stuff. This is sort of a standard position, I think. Knight to d5, perhaps, to trade pieces. Queen a5. Queen a5 doesn't look so good. Yeah, let's not do that. Queen c7. Maybe. Reminded me a little bit of my game with we said a minute ago, Mr. Morales. Similar to the game with Morales strategically. Okay, very, very unorthodox play by Black in this game with the queen a5, but I've been unable to really prove anything so far. Meanwhile, he's still just hanging out with his queen wherever the heck he wants to put it. It doesn't matter. That's really irritating. He can just put his queen wherever he wants anytime, and that's perfectly okay. Real battle here. Down to 10 minutes. Good to see you guys have a little bit of time pressure for a break, for a change. Leaving the center. right? This guy is all crazy attack. Oh man, my knight on that square is really bad. Maybe knight takes. So let's see, just seems extremely strong. He now has 50% against me. This game is just lost for white. Okay. Moving onward to the 1300. Let's see what we can do here. Anything. Something. Finally, it's an exchange of sorts. Yes, thematic. But I have A5. What is the deal here? I have queen takes H5. If I do, it's just a miracle. Maybe I caught him napping. Well, I thought I was going under in that game. Blundered against Derndatch. He's grabbing a second pawn. I mean, it's obviously risky, but what's he supposed to do? Maybe I'm still like strategically winning here. It's far from easy. Santa Claus now shifting, constantly shifting on me. Oh, rook f5, that's very strong. Forcing me to weaken my king side. Obviously, I'm sacrificing a pawn here. I'll just write it off now and see what we can do. Bishop e6, trappy, tricky. Little pin. Discovery, whatever it is. Tricky, tricky, discovered move. Very hard to pin him down. Bishop g4. Bishop takes h2 check. King takes h2. No time to think about this. That's probably not a good move. So, yeah. Loving it. f4 with the perpetual initiative. Just gotta hold on for dear life here. Alright. Play faster. My rook is there. That's not good. Okay, what are we doing? What are we doing? Can I play e4 at some point? Knight d2? Come on, I can never do anything. Yeah, he stole a pawn from me. We managed to win a pawn here. Oh my goodness, I'm under attack. I didn't even notice it. That was tricky. Tricky, tricky. He's got more tricks. Okay, what's that? Another trick? Lots of tricks. Too many treats. C5. He wants his queen back in the game. I mean, this is bizarre. All right, Soltigo, what are you doing, man? King H7. Wow. This guy's playing like a pro. What's his rating? Around 2,000. Not many games. Very difficult position for black. Absolute pro style. Okay, so gonna lose to Gary Topalov again. What else is new? Any chances here? We're down a pawn. Something to be said for like B3. I don't know. We'll try something funky. He does it anyway, dude. Check this out. D4 anyway. Extremely strong move. With tactics. I'm surprised by how tactical that move 11 seems to be. His openings don't seem very tactical, yet he plays extremely tactical chess. Oh no. Trading queens wasn't supposed to happen. I should lose this. Okay, more tactics, more tricks. Yes, of course. What a surprise. Another surprise. Whoa. Could have a problem there if I'm not careful. Time is a bit of an issue. This was my plan. Centralize. Yes, Mr. Solid. Look at the guy's moves, man. It's just the most solid player in the world. So let's see, he has 16 minutes left, of course, no problem. Don't worry about him. Bishop D7. Trading queens. All right. I want to get my pawn back eventually there. This game, a little complicated. Durjach has like 20 minutes left. I mean, give me a break. He sacked the exchange now. And then he has, oh, he's sacking the exchange, of course. Move 11 has 11 minutes left. And he just does this crushing exchange sacrifice. Damn. I had a great position and I'm going to lose now. That sucks. All right. Not so easy. What happened? B3. All right. Coming back to a theater near you. Well, at least I could castle for what that's worth. But I should probably play... No, I can't play knight f4 now. I can go here, then he has what? Tricks. Okay, it's complicated. Morales played d4. Whoa. That I did not expect. Okay, that pawn has to be stopped somehow. Rook b3. He's just gonna keep eating pawns, dude. I'm gonna have to stop the pawn the obvious way. Knight takes, rook takes, f4. Then he has knight g3. Haggard DK has 10 minutes left. What is his strength? 1300? Wow. Okay. Yep. Alright. I guess we have to trade there. Did I lose a pawn yet? Arsenal? Yuck. I don't know. Running out of time. Running out of time everywhere. Yep. Oh, is my queen trapped? That's a good one. Seriously? It's ridiculous, man. Okay. I have knight g4. Oh, he's got knight takes d5, duh. I'm about to fall for it like an idiot. It's not that easy to avoid it, actually. Maybe I should take there. Bring the blitz. Bishop e6. It's pretty nasty. What happened? Ah. Okay. You guys don't have to play blitz if you have like 15 minutes left. You know, you don't have to try to flag me. This guy's extremely strong. He knew this obscure line. Oh well. Okay, bishop trade. Maybe I could have avoided it. What happened queen b4? Where? Can I castle? Blitz is blitz. It's not mouse slip. I don't know, man. Dear Santa Claus, you play different from your blitz style. Totally different from your blitz style. Maybe knight f3 would be a better move there for me. King h8 was played. It's a logical move. I can't do anything, of course. Oh yeah. That's just 17 minutes. I played Queen B1. What? Okay. That's officially a crazy move. What happened now? G6? Threatening some sort of trap or something? Man, dude, where do you even come up with this stuff? Wow. Mr. Chess Online defended really well. I need to play this. Probably. If I beat this 1300, dude. You could try on the other side of the board. Ah, Mr. Topalov, yes. Okay. Down a pawn. The relentless. Move 11. 344 left. Who's counting? Gotta get the pieces out. Oh, he saw that. Tricky guy. Yep, grabbing that pawn. What happened? Rook takes d4? You have to be kidding me. King f8? No. Defended everything. Bishop c8. He's a genius. Uh-oh. I'm likely to hang a piece here. Deep Wolverine. Hanging on. Oh, another good move. Guys, just keep playing blitz. Faster, faster. Try to flag me. Alright. Just don't forget to play for time. I don't know what Solid C is doing. I underestimated this move. That's even stronger than the others. Or is it? Looks ridiculously strong. Dude, seriously? Alright. Whatever. This is like pointless. Why do I even bother with that game? Alright. Miraculous move. I thought I hung a rook. Oh man, I was like, where are my rooks? Where are my rooks? Yeah, the center. Let's do it. Benoni center. Arsenal. Arsenal played queen d7. Okay, that changed the character of the position a little bit. Now my queen is in a ridiculous place. Knight there. You're gonna sack a pawn. Okay. Bishop f1. That's not nice. Two can play at that game. Yeah. Good idea. Just play faster, guys. That's the whole point, to try to win on time. This isn't too weird. Oh, the psychic move. Rook b1. Very strong. Oh, he's just in time to go back there. That's cool. What happened? Oh, another very patient move. No, g5. Yikes. Oh, look at this. Sealer sweeper. Not so easy. What does that do? All right. Knight takes. Okay, I got no time here. He's offering a draw with 26 minutes. Dude, that's ridiculous, okay? It's completely unsportsmanlike. Whatever, dude. It's like even distracting to offer draw in that situation. Okay, this is ridiculous. I'm not going to play this anymore. That game is gone. I've been lost before the game started. Okay, bishop there. Good move. Wow. c5. Can I do that? Did I hang anything yet? I have knight e7 check. He took something on h4? Or just played bishop h4 voluntarily? Okay. Win a pawn. We're going to lose on time. That's the important thing. The important thing is flagging me on the clock, guys. Don't forget the important things. I understand if you have 1 minute left, you know. Oh, yeah, that's it. Faster. 9 minutes. There was a bishop there. Yeah, he beat me again, of course. Okay, whatever. Draw. Okay, everyone's just playing for flag with 9 minutes left. Including Soltigo. He's got 1 minute. That's fair. Okay. I just can't stand this time pressure. I hung a piece against Master Nacional. Again, I lost to him for the second time now. This is lost, probably. Okay, what is going on here? Bishop d2, rook takes d2, knight takes c5. That's probably fatal. Knight e4. Very scary. He's gonna fork my pieces. We're up a pawn here. Everybody. Deep Wolverine. Super fast. Play us. Yes, of course. You had that. Just winning the game, right? That's it. Alright. He went from no minutes to 3 minutes in one move. How does that work, by the way? How does Jacob Starak go from 1 minute to 3 minutes on one move? That's what happened there. Literally. He gained 2 minutes on one move. Okay. Whatever, Soltigo. This was an awful, disgraceful game you played. I'll take a draw because I'm about to lose on time, but it was horrifyingly bad played. Okay, here on the verge of losing some sort of tactic, it looks like. But objectively, maybe I'm not lost. Queen c3. Rook c8 is over. Or maybe not. Even that might not be over. Alright, well... Alright. I'll just lose all these games on time, guys. It's cool. Congratulations to the time winners. Derndatch, you're like the poster child. With 11 minutes left. Whatever. Okay. Congratulations if you won on time. Very, very good. That's the important thing. If you won on time with like 6 minutes left or more. In a bad position. Arsenal fan, how do you have 8 minutes left? Damn, dude. That's a lot of time. Holy shit. I lost like 2 or 3 games. I don't even know which ones. On flag. Just flagged. Just totally random. It's like playing bullet chess. That's why I hate it. I firmly hate bullet chess. I hate anything that's like bullet chess. Now f4. This is not so easy. What's going on here? I'm taking another pawn, but he's trying to generate some sort of tactical tricks. Did I lose my queen on a one-move tactic? This guy's going to save this game. This was a really bad game for white too. Oh, the tactic rook d8, of course. Of course. I don't know, Durndash must have been watching TV or something during his games. Maybe Marius Cyprian blundered. I'm lucky I have time to even calculate anything. Alright. Move 11. What's up here? You're tricky as usual. So, Haggard DK, we've got a check. Check is always check. It might be mate. Move 11 is not this game. Sorry there's not more time. I would like to play better quality and not just lose on time and make random moves. But that's the way it is here. Knight d7. I thought I lost my queen, but it's probably just a very strong attack for white. Something like that. This looks problematic. Oh man. I have f5. No. I probably just lost the game. Maybe not, but probably. This was a very strange game. But maybe I'm still okay. Marius offered a draw, but aren't I taking and queening? I don't understand. Is it a trick? It's a trick. He's trying to trick me. I'm winning. Move 11. Alright. Now we've got the passed pawns. Got the power. Rook takes, rook takes. Or b4. Actually, b4. Can't trick Gary Topalov. He's waiting for me to play king e2. This really ought to be close to winning. Does Durndash really have the saving move here? Whoa. Wow. Oh, he offered a draw. Maybe it was a good draw offer. I didn't see that was even possible. Now I'm scared. Probably gonna lose. He has a miraculous defense here, of course. What happened? I have knight check, but it never works. Whoa. Oh my god. Stop trying to win on time against me. Play the best moves. All right. Rook e7, rook d8. This guy has 3 minutes left. He was worse the whole game. Now I'm losing. Okay, this is like better for me now. Whoa. I don't know. I guess I'm not losing. It's probably a draw. I have F5. Thought I was winning here. Not necessarily. Wait. Oh man, I'm gonna lose anyway after declining his draw offer. Good. Good job. Alright, whatever. Not enough time, there's not enough time. What can I do? What do I have? He hung a rook. The Derndat's just not paying attention. Told you he was watching auto racing or something. Whoa. What am I supposed to do now? Pin him. Pin it and win it. Oh, you have that, but I have that. Well, he's sacrificing a piece here. Whoops. Winning a pawn back. You gotta be kidding me. You have another saving move? Alright, whatever. Alright. This looks drawish. This is scary. I don't know. I'm down. I'm up a piece, but I'm like getting mated. It looks like. Am I getting mated? It's damn close. Ooh. Is King B6 a good move? Is it a bad move? It could be a bad move. In fact, yeah, man, another draw. Let's get some more draws on the board. I wonder who snuck those wins against me. Those sneaky time wins. I'll never forgive you. Whoever did that. There were like 2 of you. I'm sure one of them I know who they are. What happened? Queen C4. That's interesting. Why don't I get my queen back in the game? But how, right? Man. I'm like winning. This, I don't know about this. Ooh, that's really close. Maybe I'm gonna lose. Derndatch declined my draw offer. I mean, Santa Claus. Santa Claus. Rook g5 check. Good thing I missed that. I mean, I saw it before. Oh no. So I have to go here. It's perverse. I'm probably going to lose that in complications. Oh no. Speaking of oh no. But I have like b7. That's brutal. Goodness. I have a check. Always check. Clash Kid's actually in time pressure too. Oh no, we finally lost the pawn. That'll be a fun ending. Maybe Clash Kid won't be the last player today. Very possible he won't be the last. That's a really long end game. Wait. Knight f6, knight e5, a5 check. That's probably stupid. Okay, he's starting mate. No, there's no mate. There's like bishop f2. There's mate for me. He has 1 check, 2 check, 3 check, 4. Here. Gary Topalov. Gary could lose. Could even lose with no space. Check, no. We have to keep him busy. Knight takes b7. Knight takes a6. Knight d6 check, king c5. Knight c8, king takes. I guess it's worth a try, huh? Take a6, check, king up. King d7, a7. Now Arsenal fan is just being annoying now. Avoiding this trade of queens. He's basically trying to win on time. Alright. I'm not sure what's happening there. There's check. Please don't let there be a mate. Knights are notoriously good at stopping rook pawns. Right. Santa Claus has very little time. 5p. What is 5 playing? How many were sleazy time wins? What happened? Knight c8, king takes. Okay. There's no mate. Always check. It might be mate. Alright, now we've got him where we want him. King c7. Ooh. King b7. No? Actually, b5 looks really strong. Not a lot of time. There's a check. We got a draw at least. We're winning. Now a5. Not sure I want to play a5 here. Knight there is a better move. Get them in the end game. We gotta beat them in the end game. Alright. Now Arsenal fan wants to trade rooks. Of course. Of course he wants to trade rooks. Queens, whatever they are. I don't know. I might be losing there. Oh no. Oh no. He has this move. What am I going to lose after that? Serious? It's not a joke. Looks like it. What happened? He's got a defense. Okay. Maybe I'll lose to Gary Topalov. That's really great. After I saved the game. Lose a second time. Oh no, Arsenal fan. We still have some counterplay. Santa Claus is just in his favorite place when he's like playing for time. No, in the short time situations, he's very good. What happened here? Bishop takes f2, right? Okay. Of course, now it's over. I was totally saving the game. Hello? What am I gonna do? Rook d4. Gotta get active. Bishop takes. Bishop takes. Oh, that's interesting. We can pick up this pawn. Knight takes, king takes. I thought he had better than this, but I guess he's satisfied with that. I thought I was maybe losing, but this looks like it could be a draw. Well, I queen first, and I have a lot of checks. It should be a draw. I thought he might have had better. Ooh, that's a close call. I was scared. But that looks like an easy perpetual. No, like check. I should check on a3. His queen isn't really useful here. I feel kind of bad about winning this game. Objectively, it's not over yet, but... Dude, stop it. Stop it. Stop the annoying stuff. No tricks. H5 was called. Now I can get mated with the knight on c4. That's good. That's what I'm aiming for. Knight here, knight here. Here. This should be a draw. I feel very fortunate to be alive. For some reason here I assumed I was okay, but maybe it's a little premature to celebrate. It's very premature. King h3. Okay, now I have knight check. Well, that even defends his pawn for him. That's good. But I have h5. Okay, now it's like Zugzwang. Should be Zugzwang them. h5. Is there a mate on c4 somewhere? I'm speaking Hungarian. Alright. Clash Kid must have won on time. Those dirty time guys. What do I have? f4? Oh, f4. Like a miraculous move that doesn't work. That's good. What am I even thinking about? Oh, yeah. King h4. Rook takes d6. King h4. Okay. I have knight takes g5, but it doesn't work because he has another one of his like little tricks. Pawn takes check. Knight takes g5. It's like a surprise. Surprise. Does that work? Probably not. Very hard to hold my pawns here. Like Arsenal fan like mated himself. Damn, dude, that's rough. Rook b8 check. Thought I had a perpetual here, but he has this move. Oh my god. He's got 4 minutes left. I don't have a check. Are you kidding me? Why didn't he go out there before? We didn't have the same position before. Oh man, you're kidding me. Oh, this is a nightmare. Just like resigns immediately. Knight check. Probably gonna lose this too. Well, it's nice to win one. Nice to win one. Pretty game. Yep. He found a way. He showed that there's always danger. There's always danger. You know, it was winning, but he had to be very precise. King c7. This is a forced win, I guess. Can I stay on the dark squares like here? Not so easy. This is a very technical ending. But Gary seems extremely strong. I don't know what his rating is. Speaking of extremely strong. Santa Claus, our only hope is to take him out on time. Obviously. This is lost. Easy for Santa Claus. He hasn't beat me in a while. Alright, now we have to be careful where we go. I guess A7. Want to stay far away. On the dark square. Very, very tricky ending. Gary must be a master, I guess. Yeah, rook A3. Didn't take him long to find the right move there. With an easy win for black. His technique is excellent. Basically my knight is like dominated and I'm losing a pawn. So Clash Kid won't have the last game today. We have 11 wins, 6 draws, only 3 losses. I'm surprised we don't have more. Somebody... Yes, 2 guys slipped through with time wins, which I try not to let happen, but it just went by too fast. I just couldn't stop those 2 clocks from running out. This looks like that's our last 2. I didn't even realize we had only 2. I resigned too early against you, JC. Thanks for subscribing, by the way, JC. Which is your... Oh, you're... I resigned too early against you. I was just losing a piece. What? How could I have resigned too early? Seriously? Okay, here, I mean, this looks lost. I guess we can put up some symbolic resistance. Queen d4 check. He's gonna do this forever. No, there's no magic way you're gonna check me and trade the queen on the dark square. You can't do that, but he's like building up time. Guys, don't give him any hints, okay? These last 2 games, we're basically playing with a very small delay. I resigned, no, I had b6, but my knight was hanging on c4, I thought. Okay, what happened? So... Well, he still can't trade queens so easily. So he's just making this like waiting move, g5, okay. Whatever. It's very complicated. Should I go to like c7? I guess. Oh, I get it now. I don't know, I'm probably going to lose to Santa Claus. It's like a safe bet. So here I have a check. I mean, I have to move my queen. I don't have to check him. I can go to h5 or something like that. h5 would make it hard for him to make progress so easily. Alright, let's do it. Let's do it. At least we have an interesting endgame to finish out the simul. This one looks pretty gruesome. So you have any other sneaky mates? don't see any sneaky mates. I can mate myself, probably. This looks pretty bad. This looks pretty lost. I can double his pawns. I don't know. That's going to help me too much. Objectively. So Serbian Santa Claus. My mouse is just hovering over the resign button. Like, I don't know why it's doing that of its own free will. Oh, that's brutal. Not even let me have any fun. Yeah. Cutting off my king every time. This is really hopeless. I'll play a couple more moves. My knight was on c5. And it was on c5. I could just play b6 and I resigned. That's like similar to a... It's similar to a blitz game I had the other day where I was white against Fat President and I just saw this move that's like horrible for him. I was like, well, if he does that, I just, you know, trade queens and win. And I'm thinking about the good move he could play for like a minute, you know. Then he plays like the horrible losing move. And I was like, oh my god, I overlooked it. I didn't think you could even play it, you know. And I just like sacked my queen for nothing and like lost and resigned the next move. When I could have just traded queens and won, like the way I had planned to do. When he played it, I was just like, oh god, it just, oh, I must have overlooked something. I resigned. And it's just not even lost. It's just winning for me. Alright, I'm going to give this up, I think. I think we're going to give this up. I just don't see any way I'm going to secretly checkmate him, like the game with Arsenal fan. Yeah, for some reason, I was really pessimistic and about that game. I didn't like my position. And kind of, I guess I was looking for an excuse. Looking for a reason to resign against you, Jacob. So, that was well played. I don't know if I should play this on for, you know, should I play this out for the instructiveness feature for anyone? I mean, I know I'm lost at this point. We'll focus on the last game. Okay, this is a bit weird. You know, like, common theory is that you should keep your king far away to avoid your queen getting traded, I guess. But here, yeah, I could actually get mated myself if I'm not careful. There's a temptation to go sort of toward his king. I mean, he can't really trade queens even on the white squares now. I mean, he could play something like king back to g7. And then trying to trade queens. Anyway, I've got to move my king. But if I go here, obviously has a bazillion checks. It probably doesn't matter that much for this move. I don't think this move is a critical... I don't want to be playing Mamedyarov right now in this queen ending. Alright, I guess we go back. I mean, king e8, we'll end up mating ourselves, you know. So, he can start like a whole series of checks again. Okay, he's hoping for queen f3, obviously. But... you never know, like, could I trade queens and not be lost somehow? That's sort of a dumb question. Alright, queen f3 is lost. Queen e2 looks okay. He's not making progress yet. Not easy for black. Eventually I'll have threats of checks and stuff. tries to advance this passed pawn. I have queen a6 check. Just a chance. I don't know. Maybe it's lost, but this is a very complex ending. He has no way to trade queens. So easily here. So maybe I should actually go back here. Just momentarily. Keep him busy. Well, not a lot of pawn breaks, you know. Yeah, c5, e5, it's like a Slav. Okay, now I've got to pay attention. He's got the check on e5. Thanks for the game, Serbian Santa Claus. You didn't really deserve to win that one, but you played interesting chess. I think it was probably a draw before I was stupid and let my king get sucked out to hell, you know. For some reason I overlooked a check and let him like suck my king out from the king side, and then I was like lost. But the 4 against 3 with rook and bishop against rook and knight, if I defend that correctly, that should be very, very hard for you to win. Now I have simply nothing. There's nothing simple. Wait, but queen f3 check? I mean, I should have quite a lot of checks. There's queen a6 check. My fear there is that he actually moves up. Sacrifices the h-pawn and just goes with the other pawn. So I'd really just like to get like a perpetual or something. But it's very complicated. I should basically have a million checks. The white squares. So 11 wins, 6 draws, 4 losses. I hope he didn't have any forfeits. Rook a3 after bishop f1. You had a winning move at the end. Oh my god. Yeah, but you just, you know, you had a winning position and just played too fast. Like you were distracted or something during dash. You didn't seem like you were fully concentrated after the opening, and you probably achieved the winning position, then you started to be like distracted. I don't know. Anyway, guys, tomorrow Blitz and Rapid Chess. Was a good day. I won my tournament game against a guy who seemed kind of psyched out. The last old man wasn't psyched out. That was bad. We want the opponents to fear me, not to like not give. Today's opponent is a player who had seen me play in my prime a lot, and I think he feared that me, who he had seen play in the prime. The last guy, I think, didn't see me play so much. Please let it be a draw. Should have a lotto checks. Lotto checks. Mate. Wait. Queen here? Wait. What was I thinking? Queen c6 check? Why not queen c6 check? Gives me a few additional options. The secret is king f5, queen f3 check, queen f4, g4 check. I mean, that should definitely be a good drawing chance. Well, I mean, his h6 pawn is hanging. I was concerned about the variation king f5, queen takes h6, e4, but I didn't even bother to really calculate it. I mean, I have some counterplay there with weird h4 type of stuff. I mean, who knows what's going on. Hopefully Gary gets tired. This is not Gary's first account that he's played with. He had other accounts. So I'm talking about him like it's a player that I played before. We actually have more games, but those accounts have disappeared. At least one other account. Trading queen for 2 rooks. Oh, against Serbian Santa Claus. Now, I don't remember that. I remember there was in one game the chance to do that. Was that your game? Not your game. I was thinking of a different game where I had that possibility. So queen d6. Queen c4 check. I guess, for lack of a better idea. Thank you guys for watching and subscribing. Here's a tricky mate with king e7, queen takes h6. Now there's no mate. I could play g4 check, probably not a great move. Queen takes h6, e4, queen f8 check, king e5. I mean, it's possible that I still have some sort of perpetual, but I'd really rather not let that happen. Well, he's going to go where here? I don't know, I'm concerned that I run out of checks, dude. He's centralized his queen like a genius here. Queen h6 is not possible. That wins. He's probably playing like perfectly. I mean, objectively, centralizing his queen, the best possible position. Maybe I should do g4 check. Take on h6. Or g4 check and start checking again. Kind of makes sense. But his pawn looks very strong. That centralized queen is murder. So he's instantly king f4. He found that. Queen f6 check first. Should I just take the pawn? Probably I should just take the pawn. I'm threatening h4. Well, I mean, if that's a threat. I don't know that it's an actual threat. This guy's play seems very strong. Doesn't it seem like he's played this like perfectly? I have a bad king. Now I try like h4 or something. I have no checks. Free bower. I do have a check on c3, actually. I just realized. I have a bad feeling about this, though. I mean, his pawn seems to give him a lot of king shelter. Check, queen d3. Check, king takes pawn. No, there's check and check. I'm crazy. Okay. Check and check. We'll see how perfectly he plays. Looks like winning for black. That is a strong pass pawn. Yeah, and he's moving like instantaneously, gaining time. It's really a shame. I think I was even winning at one point in the end game. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think I was actually winning for one move. And I thought, oh no, I'll just push my b pawn. I could have basically won his knight. If we go back, I can even show you guys. It was like, I was so happy not to be lost here. I played this idiot move b5. There was just no reason to do that. I can just play king b7. I mean, maybe it's a draw, I don't know, but I think I'm better. Maybe I'm not. King b7. Can't analyze it, but king b7, king d7, a7, knight takes a7, king takes a7, and we've got a bishop's ending where I have the outside pawn. I don't really see how he stops it, to be honest. I don't see him stopping it there. Just king b7, king d7, a7, knight takes a7, king takes a7, bishop d4, check. King, that's a problem. King b7, e3, pawn takes pawn, bishop takes pawn, b5. But I mean, I'm better. I have the more outside pawn. Maybe he has some counterplay to draw. Yeah, this is the obvious move. King g2, just winning. His pieces are perfectly placed to never be able to be checked. It's like built in. I just have to resign. I mean, I guess I can play another move or two. Queen f5. Is this a real defense? Not really. It doesn't feel like a real defense. But what else can I play? Stopping the pawn from advancing is all I can do. He would have bishop d4, then knight a7. You're welcome, guys. Okay, now well, his queen is a little more out of play now. His king is more out of play. Am I supposed to put my king on like b8 again? Staying far away? Is that the theory? I mean, you might as well just write off the h3 pawn. I'm basically down a pawn and a queen ending. I mean, material doesn't matter. This pawn is the thing. keeping me awake tonight. But don't give him like concrete plans, guys. He'll take your advice. There's not that much delay, so he can see the comments. It's not like we're playing poker with a 2-minute delay or something. I don't know. Alright. Take h3, then I take e4. Well, that's another story. I didn't even consider ever like giving me the e4 pawn. You know, I think that would be a practically dubious idea. King takes h3 here. Queen f3 check. King h4, I guess. And I don't have any checks. Well, I mean, I have a check that loses the g-pawn. I can't draw with no pawns. But I wonder if I should have moved my king closer to the position. You might get like... Well, actually, there's never going to be a stalemate threat. I mean, unless his queen is on exactly the perfect square. So that's not really a thing. So he's not threatening anything directly. Kind of like Zugzwang. Okay, he doesn't have any queen trades here, but he has like check and push the pawn, you know, and that's going to be like very awkward for me. So there's no h4. Very little I can do. I do have queen h1. Looks like a horrible square for a queen. Queen b1. I mean, I have to be losing there. I'm probably just lost here, objectively. I'm just gonna run out of time. I don't know what to do. Kind of a crazy variation here. Yes, e2, queen takes, queen f3 check, queen takes f3, king takes f3, h4, pawn takes pawn, g5, h3, g6, h2, g7, and it's not check on h1 because his king is on f3. So that's a funny line. I wonder though. I don't think I could stay passive with my king anymore. I'm not into the passive king thing. Right, now he'll have the check. Well, this is a great move. Probably just wins. Let's play king d6 here. Alright, I think this is it, man. That pawn is going to queen. Oh, he's got that check because I went to c4. So it's just winning for him. Has to be winning. There's no defense. I don't think I ever had a draw. I mean, it was always lost. Yeah. So you can see his technique was great, awesome. It was all the book here. This is all theory apparently. Bishop e6 though is a new move. I knew about this. That's bishop e6. It looks risky, but dynamic. I thought it was reasonable, actually. I guess I was okay pretty much the whole game till this endgame thing came up. I missed the win of a piece. Oh my god, rook takes d4. That's embarrassing. Wow. I was basically pretty pissed to lose this game. Even here I'm fine. I'm down a pawn, but it doesn't matter. I'm actually better. It's ridiculous that I lost this. Looks like I'm winning. When knight takes b7 was too early. I could just play b5. Oh man, he had king d7 here. What? Oh, that's a sick variation. He had king d7, a7, knight c8, queens, knight, bishop f8 check, king c4, bishop d6, trapping my knight or something. Okay, I mean that's an inhuman variation. So apparently I'm winning here. Okay, I didn't see bishop d6 check, and I was in very bad time pressure. So was he. I thought b5 was my blunder, but the engine says I'm still better. Wow. So I was really low on time now, like under a minute. I could have played king c7. And now I'm forced into this stupid ending. He tricked me somehow here. And I guess not. I'm just down a pawn. Alright guys, anyway. It was a good simul. Let's check out the final result. I lost 5. 6 draws, 11 wins. That was an epic battle, but surprised to know I could have won a piece there. What happened with Clash Kid? I won against Clash Kid. There were 2 guys who won on time against me. I guess I don't know who they are. I hung a piece against Patzer Nacional. This was funny. I just was like, oh, I have 97 check. That's ridiculous. I had no time. I had time, and I played. Yeah, I didn't see his. He put his bishop over here. I was like, what is that over there? And I played 97 check. It's embarrassing. All right, guys. Some stupid stuff happens in time pressure, but we're limited. Trying to play as many games as I can. So anyway, it was fun. We'll see you back tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. with Blitz and Rapid Chess. It's kind of a long one. I got to go. So rather than going over these games, I am going to take off. We'll see you Blitz and Rapid Chess tomorrow morning. Thanks everyone for subscribing. Congratulations to those of you who won. Thanks for those of you who donated via PayPal to support the stream. I really need it. I appreciate it. Thanks Soltigo for your help for the voting in the Moobot on the Twitch stream. That's awesome. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.